You know our final presenter as the director of films including, you ready for this? X-Men, The Last Stand, Rush Hour series. Brett's film kites the remixes in selected theaters, and the film he produced, Catfish, will open theatrically this fall. Please help me welcome Brett Ratner.
Thank you, thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I want to personally congratulate my fellow NYU student. I went to NYU, won Best Director. Congratulations, that's awesome. One for the team. I went to NYU when I was 16 years old. I think I was the youngest student ever to go there, and it had been a dream of mine since I was 8 years old to be a film director. And I thought about it every day until I got into NYU. And while I was there, I was trying to figure out how to get a job when I graduated, because I was like, what am I going to do? My grandparents wanted me to be doctors or something like that. And I decided that I was going to figure it out. And what I did was I found a magazine with the 40 most powerful people in Hollywood. And I sent my film to all 40 people, and I got 39 rejection letters. But I didn't feel like I was being rejected. I felt like I had a connection with these people, even though they were really rejecting me. I didn't need the money, but I wanted the relationship. And then I get a call from the dean who wanted to see me, and I definitely thought I was getting kicked out, because just like this festival, you get 5 days to shoot your film. We would have to shoot our film during the week and hand in the equipment on the weekend, but I was always late to hand in my equipment. I was actually cheating in film school. I walked in the dean's office, and he said, "Oh, sit down, Brett." You know, and most of the kids at this film school were the sons of, or people who were very connected, especially at NYU. And I said, "Why are you kissing my ass?" He said, "You won't believe who called here looking for you." I said, "Who?" He goes, "Steven Spielberg." I said, "Let me stop you right there." It was either my mother or my grandmother pretending to be Steven Spielberg's secretary, because they wanted me to do well here. He goes, "No, take this number." I go back to my dorm room. I call the number, and they answer the phone. Steven Spielberg's office. I go, "Is Mr. Spielberg?" And now I'm 17 years old at the time. They said, "Who's calling?" I go, "Brett Ratner. He's going to call you back." Now this is before there was call waiting. My mom calls me about 20 times a day, so I had to hang up on my mom. "Stop calling me!" And I hung up on her about 20 times until I woke up in the morning, and it was a woman named Kathleen Kennedy, who produced E.T. and Indiana Jones and all his movies. Goes, "We saw your film, we were so impressed, but we don't give money to NYU film students." I said, "But you don't understand, I'm gonna be a big director like Steven Spielberg, you gotta trust me." And I kept her on the phone for like 10 minutes. I was walking down the hall for like a week like I was the man, okay? And then about a month goes by, I go into my mailbox, and I open it up, and the letter, and there's a check from Steven Spielberg. And that was a defining moment in my life, because it gave me a lot of confidence, and I realized that if I could do it, definitely anybody here could do it. And I congratulate all the talent. I was out there in the audience watching all these films, and it was taking me back because the films were so incredible. And I never dreamed when I was at NYU I'd be making films like X-Men or Red Dragon or Rush Hour. And if you work hard, if you don't quit, you could definitely do it. So I want to congratulate everybody here on their fine work. What's great is because of technology, it was very expensive when I went to NYU. But because of technology, it's much easier nowadays, and I just have something to say. Whether you want to make people laugh, make people cry, make people feel something, tell a story that that you feel like telling, and hopefully other people will like it and react to it. I think quitting, if you quit, you'll never know if you'll make it. So I mean, there were many times that I was, in class, and there were kids that were blowing me away with their work, and I always thought, I'll never be as good as them, but I had the perseverance and the discipline to stick it out, and I kept working, kept shooting films, kept doing it, and finally somebody recognized it. So I think it's what that did was give me a lot of confidence. So I think keep shooting film. Any opportunity I had to make a film. I mean, I was shooting everything and anything. I was shooting documentaries of my friends. I was shooting music videos, commercials. I just wanted to shoot. Because I just felt like the more experience I got, the more I would learn. The last thing I can say to everybody is, I know it's difficult, but I think the main reason why I was successful is because I wasn't afraid to fail. And I think that you have to remember that, if you don't become, at least for myself, if I didn't become a director, my mom was still going to love me no matter what. My grandparents were going to still love me. My good friends were still going to be my friends if they were truly my good friends. I didn't have to become a big movie director to have that love. So I think going into it, if you're afraid, you're not going to take risks, and you're going to hurt yourself, and you're going to hold yourself back. So be fearless. You have nothing to lose, really. And that's an important part of being successful, is knowing that, you know, nothing is impossible, and there's nothing wrong with failure. So many people, I mean, in you know, in every part of the industry, you could tell the people that are afraid, you know. And when you're fearless, you overcome all that, and you're able to kind of, you know, nothing becomes impossible, really.